Because I can't get any kill streaks or anything like that, I like to go for clips. So basically, I'm not getting any clips by sitting on a flag and capping it.
Maybe because you suck. Ew. Woohoo! Nice, somebody. Oh, there. Out here. Big tank coming in. We played a lot in the beta. I was looking for it. Hi, pal. Oh shit! Ah, I missed my bet. Just join, get a kill, and I donate. You got it.
Contact! Enemy tap!
Oh, I blew him up. There you go, baby. Nice. Thank you. Another one for that RPG kill. Nice. Thank you so much. Get some clips. You gotta get clips. That's what they always say. Drop bombs. That's pretty cool. Didn't do anything. They need to mark up the baddies. All good. We saved it. We were stalling out, man. An AA gun blew me up? I've been playing a lot of Battlefield since it came out. At least about 20 hours, 3 live streams, and just here and there a little bit. And something hit me that really hasn't hit me in a little bit. I was having fun. I was having a good time. I even was able to sync up with a couple of people that I haven't played with in a long time, and we hopped into a match and was, you know, shooting the shit. It really has been a good time and a good lesson for the companies, the gaming companies. But I feel like this weird dread that's happening, mostly because it's a gaming corporation and you know that there's a season pass on its way. But in this moment of bliss, it's actually been really, really good to have this shooter that is more so, instead of flashy skins and guns and all this other stuff, it is mostly the players who are really creating the drive for other players to actually give it a shot. It's the clips, it's the plays, it's the fun that people are having that is really the change in tone for this franchise. Now, of course, there's been huge Battlefield fans for a long time. I'm not saying I played 2042 all that much, and according to the last video I made on this topic, I guess I didn't play the other ones that much either, even though it's like 250 to 300 hours per game, which still is a lot, you guys. To me, that's a lot of hours played on a game. But it's not like this happened overnight. This has been a long, long trail from 2042, which was purely a DICE game, into EA basically reorganizing their entire studio system to support this new thing. Their pillars are now Madden and sports games, Battlefield. That's, I guess, basically it. Maybe there's more. This is really an all-hands-on-deck project for the company, with DICE out in Sweden, Ripple Effect, which used to be called DICE LA, Criterion in the UK, and Motive Studios in Canada. Now, with this multi-studio approach, it is like every single person in there working on this project. And a lot of that wouldn't be the same without the lead of the franchise, which is recently-ish promoted Vince Zampella. Now, if you remember that name, he's been around for a while. He started cutting his teeth on Medal of Honor back in the day at EA, and then a big hullabaloo. He's even said recently that EA were dicks. So he went to Activision and he made Call of Duty. And then in what, like 2010, 2011, there was a huge event that happened, and they came back to EA to create Titanfall and Respawn Entertainment. Which is interesting that Respawn isn't here. It's like they plucked him out of Respawn and put him in charge of the Battlefield franchise, just so he can kind of keep all of these studios in line and in check and really have this centralized vision for the franchise. And from all accounts, it seems to be paying off. I'm not sure if it's going to be reaching the EA executive goal of 100 million players. That seems quite otherworldly. Who knows if that's even real, but there is still a lot of players playing this game, with Steam alone topping off at, I believe, 700,000 players or so. And that's PC alone. You can talk about the consoles and everything else on top of that. To me, the gameplay does feel a lot faster than older Battlefields. It feels a little less weighty than the other ones. Also, the bullets are a lot less chunky. I don't know if it's just my graphics, but Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5 always had these like chunky bullets. And when you were shooting like a sniper rifle bullet, like you had this really big tracer bullet, right? So you can follow it. All the bullets now, all the tracers are actually really slimmed down and more of a modern design. And I'm really glad that they're taking feedback. You know, Vince Zampella is like posting feedback on his social media. The Battlefield account is posting feedback, and they are keeping the game up to date. Now, is this support going to last? Hopefully it does. And hopefully, you know, they're able to add a couple more maps in the near future as well. There's a couple of maps that I'm not the biggest fan of, and it is a pretty slim amount of maps, but I can tell that they are well designed. Honestly, my favorites are the ones that are all-out warfare. Like the old school one, Operation Firestorm, where you can have 2 jets and multiple helicopters, all the tanks. I've heard a lot of people complaining about this map not being their favorite. For me, it really does like feel like a Battlefield map. While the other ones are a little bit more with the modern design, this one is a really classic design, with the outskirts being pretty treacherous with all the tank warfare, and then the other side being really close combat, that kind of thing. All the other maps really do feel a lot less big. I don't know what it is, like Maroc Valley, it's cool, like there's cool landscapes, there's cool points of interest, and I believe that one has a huge building in the middle, which, by the way, I can talk about Maroc Valley. With my computer, I was actually having a lot of issues with CPU bottlenecking. Now, a YouTube user named Minidot actually posted a video talking about CPU usage and how to fix it. So shout out to that guy. He really did save my game and saved my computer, because that thing was about to get tossed out, I swear to God. I have an RTX 3080, an Intel i9 9900K, 64 gigs of RAM, and a lot of solid state space, basically. So that CPU was really getting bottlenecked, and he was able just to save it with a couple of lines of code that you can then put into the game. Like, really? This is something that should have been given to us, but it's fine. This is why we play on PC. You know what I mean? And it looks like I'm not alone in this. There's a lot of people looking up this problem, and it seems to be widespread. So hopefully they're able to really optimize this. And especially, like I said, Sobrex City was also having this issue, but Maroc Valley was having the worst amount of bottlenecking. Like, it was at like 100% CPU usage. Absolutely insane. Now we're standing usually around 70%, pretty smooth gameplay, and there is on Maroc Valley another graphical glitch that I ran into, which overpowered the CPU a little bit, but then it restabilized itself. So I think that map is probably the least optimized. Now, there's a huge war going on between Battlefield and Call of Duty players, especially the streamers. And I did not know in my last streamers video that I clued into something that was just in the zeitgeist of people being really tired of these professional streamers kind of ruining games and professionalizing games, versus what this game is really a have fun, casual, jump in a game, have a great time, try to win the match, play smart about it, but it's not like you're a speed demon running around and doing crazy things. Luckily, the developers were listening and they toned down the movement. They're also making a bunch of fixes as the game's going along, which again, you like to see it. I think the gameplay is quite fast and you're able to be very nimble in this Battlefield. I really do feel like it is a nice balance between the old Battlefields and a more Call of Duty Twitch shooter. I really do feel that. You can get some pretty cool quick scopes. You can get some really great snipes, and I've been loving sniping, man. Sniping has been a lot of fun. And just the sound effect. Phenomenal. Magnifique. And I know that FaZe Swag has really been fury farming everybody by posting stuff about like he should have kill streaks and this other thing. I don't think the developers are listening to that kind of talk. I don't think they are. I was actually all for Battlefield 5, how you could rack up squad points and then cash in the squad points for stuff like that. And it really reminds me of the squad-based play of like a squad or Held It Loose, where a commander can call in maybe a Predator missile or stuff like that. So that way it really does clue into a team and strategy. But I'm completely fine the way it is right here. I think the abilities and the devices that you're given on each class is really, really great. Open versus closed, I do understand the fighting about it. I'm not a big person either way. I guess I'm a fence sitter in that regard. I do enjoy how each class does have their specialty. And if you don't have that specialty, let's say you're putting a sniper onto assault class, you actually are losing out on some of the abilities of it. That is completely fine with me. Like, you can be using a sniper on assault class, just know that it is better or easier to use on a sniper class. It just makes sense. The classes to me feel great, I'm enjoying healing with the medic. I'm enjoying, and I've seen a lot of people actually playing medic, but for God's sakes, please, 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 just pick people up. Just do it. Just zap us. And just so you know, if you hold down the defibrillator, like you can just be running around. If you hold down the defibrillator and then shock somebody, it is 100% health instead of just spamming shock. That's 50% health. So just so you know. You can also just pick them up with your hands faster as a medic versus picking people up within your squad then you're not a medic. It's actually really, really slow on purpose. You can pick up anybody outside of your squad when you're a medic, and it goes fairly quickly, just not as fast as the defibrillator. Engineer class, I'm having a great time with submachine guns. I think the MP7 or freaking whatever they call it in this game, that one is doing it for me. This also goes into play of, I think people are learning the difference between precision and the other one. So precision is the bloom. Everybody's talking about the bloom, the bloom, the bloom, the bloom. But when you have precise shots with the AK-205 or whatever it's called, that one is very precise. It's like 75% on the precision. And I do believe the MP7 is really good as well. And someone said, I don't know if it's true, if you put an underbarrel grip, it actually makes this precision worse. I don't understand that one. Let me know down in the comments below if that is true or what's going on. Maybe they patched it already, I'm not sure. But I was running the MP7 stock and it felt phenomenal. I think a lot of people are saying the MP5 is a freaking laser beam too. I'm gonna have to try it. And then of course the assault class, the carbines in the assault class really do feel great. I'm not sure if you get any bonus from the carbines versus the assault rifles. I haven't been using the assault rifles. I use the M4 and I use the AK. So I really want to use those two guns with the assault class, but assault is probably my least used class. The shotgun though comes in frickin' clutch. The vehicles are a lot of fun. I'm having a great time with the tanks. And the first day with flying planes and helicopters, Jesus Christ, can I not do anything? But I'm so glad for Portal, where you can actually test out flying, and it actually makes sense to me. I'm able to drift with the jets now, which is pretty freaking cool. I'm not a professional. I get shot down every single time I get in a jet, by the way. And then the helicopter, it actually makes more sense to my brain when I'm in first person view. I'm able to fly the helicopter a lot better. I'm not sure if there's a difference between third and first person, how the helicopter controls, but in first person, it just makes more sense to my brain, the mouse and the keyboard and how to move the helicopter. So I've been trying to do that a little bit. Of course, I'm pretty much a slow, not a great pilot there either, so I get shot down a lot, but I'm learning. I'm having a good time learning, and that's the best part about that, is having the ability to hop into those and just go. it's been freaking cool. Yeah, I haven't really touched the campaign. I may later down the line. It kind of makes me sad because I do enjoy campaigns. I do enjoy single player campaigns, especially for military shooters. I play almost every single Call of Duty campaign that has come out, including Vanguard.
Not okay though, it's not.
And I do like grading them and, you know, diving into them, talking about the story and everything. And I've heard that the story is okay. It's more of a graphical showpiece. Okay, you know, at least there's something in there. And it's like 5 to 6 hours or so, I've heard. But the bread and butter of this game is the multiplayer. And the multiplayer experience is stunning. It's great. 100% fun time. So if you're still holding out, I don't know if you would. This is coming really late. I would definitely grab it. And then of course the Portal. The Portal I do see being the GTA of military shooters, or the, you know, there maybe a Halo, Forge, that kind of thing. People are making some cool stuff. Nothing has really dropped onto my radar yet. Let me know again down in the comments if you guys found some really cool stuff in Portal. I think the very first thing I saw was Shipment. Someone already remade Shipment using Portal. And the controversy with that is that you can actually farm XP in these Portal maps and games. So there's some, again, I do feel like that's kind of cheesy. You know, you're just like getting all the challenges done inside these instead of actually playing the game. So it's kind of cheesy. But hey, if it's a part of it, I don't know. But I do think that that is going to be the future of Battlefield. It's going to be the support with the core game, but also like GTA, what kind of experiences can they craft in there? And GTA is goofy because of how much chaos and, you know, things that you can make. Like I used to love racing the cars in the sky. So what kind of stuff can they do in Battlefield that is similar-ish? I'm not sure. And everyone's saying, oh, the Battle Royale, the Battle Royale, the Battle Royale.
Battle Royale, Battle Royale, Battle Royales.
Battle Royale or BR?
BR. Battle Royale, Battle Royale.
I'm excited for the Battle Royale.
I don't know if I even need a Battle Royale. I'm interested. I'll give it a shot, but I don't think this game is make or break with the Battle Royale. I think it's make or break with the core gameplay. It's, again, maybe those streamers who are just saying, it needs a Battle Royale, it needs a Battle Royale, because they don't know how to do anything else. They're stuck in this loop of the clip farming and the movement god demons, whatever they are called, and getting like 50 million kills on a point. A lot of people get 50 million kills on a point, or if they like capture, if they get a spawn going and you just mow them down or something like that. It happens. It doesn't seem as phenomenal as in like a Call of Duty or a Fortnite or other things like that. Maybe Apex. I don't know. I haven't played Apex in forever. Bring back Titanfall. And me personally, I've been getting really excited by the Extraction shooter craze or whatever. You know, I've been playing Arena Breakout Infinite, which has taken a back seat now. We have Arc Raiders coming out very soon too that I'm really excited about. So like the Extraction experience has now kind of evolved the Battle Royale experience in a different way versus just the Battle Royale, dropping in, picking up loot and going. Those games still exist, but this Extraction thing is just, I believe, the next step. So while all that stuff, Extraction and everything is kind of evolving in the next stage of what this gameplay can be, I think Battlefield is a great casual middle ground where you get the twitchiness of a Call of Duty, but at the same time, you still need a little bit of tactics and strategy about where to go, with who, that kind of thing, with the normal core Battlefield gameplay. And it's a great game. But hey, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. How are you liking Battlefield? Are you engaging in the conversation about the streamers or the Call of Duties or stuff like that? Let me know your thoughts. And if you liked the video, feel free to subscribe. Also, feel free to smash the like button. It really does help out the channel get pushed out to new people. And thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next one.